What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer, and it's just you and me for one again today, YouTube. But also, you may notice I have the mod on, but I don't just have the sandbox mod on. I also have on some custom items, which is a mod that Mr. Bacanudo has been working on, and I have helped him with the sprites. We want to release a mod with items in it that is as close to game accurate as we can achieve, which, you know, doing our best. I know it's not exactly the quality of sprites you'd see in the game, but I'm just a hobbyist spriter. I think I do a pretty good job on it. I do think I do a pretty good job, but you know, it's not going to be exact one-to-one replicas of what you would see in the game. However, you know, that's just my aside, because I saw some people saying that, you know, the sprites are a little off, which is fair, you know, understandable. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I had a cough there. Understandable and fair. I'm doing what I can, which I think is good enough. I just want to point that out there. So for today, I'm going to show off a couple of new items. I don't know how precisely I'm going to go about this. As you see, I chose the Gargoyle here for a very specific reason, because there's one item in particular that I'd like to show off today. Trying to hold back all of the most interesting items and their effects that we can until official release. But, you know, we've shown off some pretty interesting ones so far. This is definitely one of the more interesting ones that Bach and I have decided upon. It's right here. This is the Bone Wing. Grants one extra jump, except for Gargoyle, but it does do something for Gargoyle, which is why I chose the Gargoyle. And we'll choose another skull in here in a second. Decreases gravity by 50%. Also should say, except for Gargoyle. In fact, I will tell Bach that that should be there, because it does not decrease the Gargoyle's gravity, as you can see. But let's look at Little Bone. We could even take Little Bone, I don't know. But look at Little Bone jumping. He now has essentially, I think it's a little less even, but he has essentially Ghost Room, Dark Quartz ability gravity. As you can see here, there's the item icon here, which is, you know, right here. It appears down here in the corner just to demonstrate that you have the lower gravity that you normally would have. A very cool and interesting item effect, in my opinion. Decreasing gravity is like very, very interesting indeed. It's a very strange kind of effect that Bach and I didn't even know we could do until well into the development of this. And then we were like, what if we, because we already had conceptualized the Bone Wing to give you one extra jump, but then we're like, what if it also gives you gravity? So there we go. That's that item to show off today. There's others in here that you guys haven't seen yet. I don't know if I'm going to take those, though. At least to start us off, because I kind of want to keep it to just, like, common items. Like, I want to do it the way I normally would start a run. So you guys have seen the Carleon flag, at least I imagine you have. If you saw the last tease I did, this is like an item we'll probably see somewhere on this run. I think I'm going to start with this normally, but I will show you guys a preview of one of the items. Here. This is an omen. Hopefully we'll see this on the run. If we do, I'll try and make it work. It's obviously the treasure omen, because it's a treasure chest. But I'm not going to start with that, because you guys know me. I generally like to keep things as fair as possible. So ideally we'll see that at some point. We'll just have to see what happens. Also, I think alongside, I've still not decided. I'm either going to take Little Bone, or I'm going to take the Pikeman. I think I'm actually going to take the Pikeman. It even has the ability I want. But so I didn't show it off, but I did say that this does do something extra with Gargoyle that isn't demonstrated in the text. So one thing that Gargoyle can't really function with is the gravity mechanics. We tried to make it work, and it just doesn't work. Like, he completely breaks the game if he has anti-gravity effects. So what we did instead, and he also can't get an extra jump because of the way the devs have made the Gargoyle character. It's very weird. He technically doesn't jump in the way other characters do, so you cannot give him extra jumps. But what you can do is change his velocity at which he falls. So you may not be able to tell it right now, but normally without the Bone Wing, he would be falling a lot faster than he is right now. And you might be saying to yourself, well, that's kind of weird. That doesn't feel that good. That seems kind of, you know, I'd rather have the gravity. I'd rather have the extra jump. Trust me when I say this, Gargoyle with lower velocity is insane. And I've already done a run of this off screen. I would be very happy to demonstrate for you guys why it makes him better on this run if I can get the items I'm looking for. So, but as you can see here, we're already having our combat affected by the lower gravity. Now, the lower gravity is not super insanely impactful in the sense that like it's going to change the way you play the game, but it is going to give you a little extra opportunities to land hits on enemies, especially with the Soar inscription, which this has Soar on it. It's Bone and Soar. The Soar inscription normally is very hard to use for most skulls. Having this item makes it a lot easier. And I'm sure you're already envisioning some things you could do with such an item as this. And also, there is the Carleon's flag. Plus 15% stats for each Carleon item you own in both directions. Very nice thing to have. Works with the Carleon medallion. I've said this in other item tease videos before, that I'm going to be playing with the mod on a lot moving forward. I don't even know if I'm going to turn it back off until there's more official content from the devs. So you're going to see me take the Carleon flag and the Carleon medallion a lot, because I think those are like very, very powerful ways to start your run. And then you just scale from there with the Carleon items. Though they're not an in-game plan or anything like that, you can't really take Carleon items to the end game just yet and have like that be a core strategy. Although maybe with dupes, it's possible. If you dupe the Carleon flag, you could maybe get away with it. Bacanudo and I have plans for that in the future. Don't you worry. A little bit of a teaser, I suppose. And also an avenue for me to talk further about what this mod is. It's going to be an open source custom item mod where you guys can make your own custom items if you are able to do so. And also, as far as Bach and I go in this, team up, I suppose, we're not going to stop at this batch and then never release anymore. We had so many items and ideas, and also my audience had so many items and ideas as well, that we're going to continue to make items even after we release this first batch. So keep that in mind. It's not a one and done. It's going to keep happening. And also, it's been a very fun experience. Stressful at times, but overall very fun. And I've enjoyed it. I think Bacanudo has enjoyed it as well. So, and also I want to point out that not all of the sprites in this are actually my own sprites. Bacanudo is actually a very talented, even though he won't admit it, a very talented spriter himself. And he has also made some sprites. So, or maybe he will admit it. I don't know. I keep telling him his sprites are good. Like, they are very good. So yeah, just wanted to put all that out there. Now we can officially, without any further ado, get started on today's run. But hopefully you guys are interested in what you've seen so far. We're kind of making a concerted effort to not show the most interesting things and keep it very, I don't know. We're trying to keep the most interesting item effects to ourselves until official release, so you guys can be surprised by all of this stuff. There's some very, very interesting and unique item effects in this mod. So, yeah, I just want to make that clear. All right, so I'm going to start with the usual stuff. So far, the run's off to a pretty good start. Nothing special, but it could get there. We have treasure. We have revenge, even, I think. Yes, we do have revenge. We have the Carleon flag giving me some stats. Here's my stats currently. And we also got the Bone of Mana, which is a very nice thing to have. I'm interested in where this could end up going. However, this is going to be annoying. I hate that field effect that the warrior gives. We're going to be here a while, essentially, and there's not an awful lot I can do about it. I'm just hoping... Okay, yeah. He's not ulting yet. No, yes, he is. He's probably going to pull off this ult, but it isn't really a big deal. His ult's nothing to write home about. It's simple. It's not really scary or anything, so it's not like the priestess who would extend the fight even longer had she done that. I'm thinking we're going to be okay. And we're out of here. Good. Give me your legendary. Okay, don't. That's fine too. I'm just used to it. So I'm sure you guys by now are noticing quite the difference in the Gargoyle's falling speed when he's doing stuff like this. It has a shockingly big impact on how your Gargoyle runs will go, especially if we can get the items I'm looking for. Like, there is some serious good stuff that we can do with this. And I've already experienced it off camera, but I want to show you guys on camera what the bone wing is capable of. It may seem simple, even though honestly lowering gravity is pretty intense. There's no other item in the game that does anything like that. But it has a pretty profound impact on the way you play your game. That can go. Don't need any alchemist bothering me here. Like I said, I have a very specific run build in mind. And Pikeman's part of it, and Gargoyle is the other half. And I'm sure those of you who are familiar with my channel know the direction I'm going. But those who aren't, you know what? You're in for it. You're in for a surprise. A nice little goodie, okay? I'm going to teach you something today. Teach you a couple things, maybe. One of the goals I have with this mod, and I've had like there's an item I already showed off called the Amulet of Duality that I'm hoping people will start to use more. I want to show people that mixed damage runs are good and powerful. That's a thing I've been trying to show people for a long time in Skul the Hero Slayer is like, you know, you're not beholden to the damage type that your skull says it is. Like, oh, he's a magic attacker? Well, I guess I can't take physical items. That's not true. You can take anything you want in Skul the Hero Slayer and have a lot of success. And the Amulet of Duality will hopefully encourage people to do that. Which, I talked about this maybe in the Amulet of Duality video. I can't remember. But one of the reasons we made it a rare, because people were asking why it's a rare, not a unique, because it has, like, it's pretty powerful. One of the reasons we made it a rare is so people are encouraged to use it more and see it more often. So, like, you know, you can actually build around it more reliably. So, just to encourage mixed damage building in the player base, which is a thing that the player base has not fully jumped on board really ever, with how, like, simple and easy it is to build both damage types at the same time. For instance, we'll take that on a physical skull, and obviously Gargoyle's here is a magic skull, but so far I haven't found the things I'm looking for, but we'll find it. I have the belief in my heart. I'm gonna save my money here though. Also, you may have noticed I'm taking a lot more item rooms than I normally would be. That's just so I can maybe show off some of these extra goodies that we have in this version of the game. Also, just to give a little insight onto when this will come out, we are nearing the end. There's not too much more work to be done. This is probably the last teaser before official release, so if you're excited about the mod, it won't be too much longer. It's been like 2 weeks, basically, since Bach and I started. We've made around like 16 items, 16, 17. It's pretty nice. Like, I'm really happy with the work we've done. I really hope you guys like it. Like, I'm very proud of all of this that we've done. It's been a lot, and we've kept like the pace up, and I don't know, man. I just feel good. I feel good about all of it. This might be a hard run to awaken my Demonomicon with. Like, I have a lot of external effects happening that are like killing enemies that aren't abilities, which is a little unideal. We'll have to see. We will have to see. All right, Yiggy. Show me what you got. It is Act 1, so even if this isn't like the most ideal run to awaken it on, and also keeping in mind, I don't even have my other Gargoyle ability yet, and if it's like I-Beam, that's going to be enormously helpful for awakening the Demonomicon. I kind of hope it is I-Beam. As long as it isn't that one that just sends one little blast of energy out and then like it's done, I think we should be able to awaken the Demonomicon. It's going to all depend on the Gargoyle. And maybe even, like, I'll choose another skull instead of the pikeman for this run. Well, like, I have to see specific stuff to use the pikeman. And honestly, the same goes for Gargoyle, too, I suppose. Although Gargoyle outside of... Gargoyle outside of the pikeman has usability with like Soar that's like really nice and useful. If only we still had a werewolf the way he used to be. Wouldn't that be cool? Also, here's an example of, for one, the extra jump, which I haven't even really been showing off that much. But also just the anti-gravity mechanics. But like the extra jump is not something I do too often, but it's like it definitely helps in boss fights, especially, I find, having an extra jump. There's a lot of instances where, like, you want to jump 3 times. Imagine the Dark Hero fight, for instance, when he does his all spikes attack. If you have an extra jump in that portion of the fight, then you're in some pretty good shape. And also, check this out. Pretty much the perfect item we could see. Couldn't ask for much more. However, it's going to be a bit of a hard decision to make. I kind of want to keep all of my Carleon gear. Getting rid of... Maybe I get rid of this. Maybe we make this a Treasure 4 run. Even though I like having Revenge, it's like a nice cushion. Makes the runs all vibed up and stuff. I don't know if I need it. Alright, the usual, I assume. There's nothing here I want otherwise. Sadly, no good curses, so we just kind of go with what we know is good, which is Collection Desire and Weakness Exposure. And I'll go ahead and awaken this to rare. Even if I don't take this, that's not a huge commitment. And this will help quite a bit. However, those who kind of guess the direction this run could be going, I will go ahead and say to those who haven't, I may not awaken him further than rare. He may be at rare forever. We'll have to see if I can find the right gear. Oh, we're at Treasure 4. Oh, I bought it on the pedestal, I guess. I didn't remember. Oh, yeah, I did buy... Okay, now I remember. I'm all cut up. You know, all it took was a little bit of elbow grease. Go ahead and die, sir. Thank you. Oh, my God. Gatling gunning from hell. I knew better than to do that, and I did it anyway. I guess I'm just a bit of a bozo like that. You always got to be careful in scenarios where there's 2 Gatling gunners facing away from the other. Like, that's death incarnate. There's not much more in Skul the Hero Slayer that's death than that, so always keep that in mind. Okay. Good start to Act 2, I suppose. Couldn't ask for much more, except not getting Gatling gun, but you know what? It happens. It happens to the best of us. And the worst of us. Everyone has a story of the Gatling gunners ending their Dark Mirror runs. Now, thankfully, that hasn't happened to me in a very long time, but never say never. Now seems like a great time to utilize the Gargoyle's, like, hovering effects he has. Like, I can just stand there in the middle of the spike traps and not care. It's kind of wonderful, honestly. Oh, you thought you were going to stun me and send me on the spike traps? No. Just no. And also, here's a question. Why the hell does the Carleon Castle... Why is it full to the brim with, like Home Alone traps, you know? This would... Oh, we already have bone, thanks to this. I forgot. In that case, I think I'll take this. Get rid of this. Because we don't have Revenge. I'm going to miss the gold % gain, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't want to be punished by penance. I just don't. Sounds like an awful thing to go through. Break a shrine. There's another example of the Gargoyle's like extra velocity, or the lesser velocity he has, helping him out there, allowing me to grab the thingy, or break the shrine, I mean, without falling to the ground before I could get to it. So you'll love to see it. And these are all very minor things, for the record, that are impacted by this. Like, it gets so much better. It's probably about time I start getting off these Carleon items, so I'll start with this. Looking very specifically for something here. I mean, this helps. Oh, never mind. Here's another item I have. Though, I wish I had a better quintessence. This is another one of the custom items we added to show off this episode. This is the Claw of Raptor. Amplifies quintessence damage by 30%. Increases crit damage by 15%. Heritage and Misfortune. And you might be saying to yourself, why Heritage and Misfortune? Quints cannot crit. This is inspired, obviously, it's like a companion piece to the Beak of Raptor. And we just kind of wanted to keep it thematically consistent. However, Misfortune is like a universally useful inscription. And I'm kind of even struggling to find a way to fit it here. I think what I'll do here is that and buy Wisdom. But, where is Wisdom? I probably went backwards. There it is. This is a phenomenal item. It's so freaking good. I just have to find the right quintessence, which I'll take that. I'm going to be looking for a very specific quintessence, but I've used this item on my runs, and let me tell you, if you think it sounds unimpactful, you're wrong. It's extremely impactful. I don't know, man. I enjoyed it a lot when I used it. So I hope I get to show it off here and make good use of it. But this is another one of the new items that we added to the game. And I don't know, man. It's really cool. I like companion piece items like that. And I'm kind of hoping that Bach and I get to do more companion piece items, because there's just something about this combining with the Beak of Raptor that I really, really like. Do I want this? Probably not. It's a little, like, scary. It's not the most... I mean, we are using our basic attacks a lot. And we do have arms. I could stand to get rid of this. I like having treasure, but we also no longer have Carl. You know, I will do this, actually. I like having treasure 4, but let's make this interesting. Let's grab an omen. Because you guys know me, omens are my kryptonite. I am very, very bad at not taking damage. I'm a very aggro player, so we'll see how this goes. I shouldn't be doing this, but I am. Excuse me. I have a little bit of gas. It's a thing, but I think I'm okay. Oh, we also have iframes on my Gargoyle, which is something I should always remember. If I'm in a pinch, I swap, I petrify. Just any kind of leverage I can buy myself to where I'm not immediately in harm's way. Very nice thing that Gargoyle has. And here's an especially terrifying looking Act 2 Adventurers. Can't say I like seeing these two together, but we do have Succubus. We do have iframes on Gargoyle. Let's see if I can get them together. Okay, nice. One thing that I think is underestimated often about the Succubus is her ability to dish out damage. You would not think it because it's like a defensive kind of utility quintessence, but she deals quite a lot of damage. And now take that normal good amount of damage and put 30 amplification on top of it. It's pretty powerful. Yes. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. I'm beginning to kind of not like having this omen on me, though. Like, the arms omen has a tendency to miss a lot. Can't say I like it. Terrible items here. I'll just take the bone shards. Upgrade my Gargoyle. I suppose I'll commit to the Gargoyle because this is meant to be a run focusing around the Gargoyle. Just to show, you know, like, okay, we got one of the wing blasts. Is this the one that disappears immediately? Yes, that's the only one I didn't want. Which is nice. Thank you, game. I'm very happy that you've done this. So now awakening my Demonomicon is going to be even harder. I may have to give up on this thing, which I'm not happy about, but it just appears to be the hand I've been dealt here. And we're kind of moving away from ability focus, and we really were never meant to be ability focused. This is definitely becoming more along the lines of the run I expected to be on when I knew I was going to be teasing the Bone Wings. And also the Beak of Raptor. So, yeah, it's just kind of turning into what I expected, which is fine by me. I'll still try and make this work, though. Just not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. If only swaps counted as abilities. Remember the good old days? I remember the good old days. Any members? I remember when Southpaw didn't differentiate between alternating and normal skills. It's definitely a good thing that they changed it for like the overall health of the game. But still, in this one instance, I just wish that things were different. Pass. I'll take a skull room. We need them. There we are. Get fucked. I just got the mad acrobatic skills. All I needed was some bone wings. Boop! That 30% extra amp For the record, my end game is not to end with Succubus. I have bigger plans for this, for the quintessence on this run. If I can just get lucky and find it. Shouldn't be that hard. What are these comments? Stop giving me comments challenge. Please. Nope. Still haven't found the main item I'm looking for. Which is a little unfortunate. If I could just get a little lucky. Please, game. Come on. I'm putting my faith in you. It's not even that hard. The game's just being a dick. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, bruh. That's a super bruh moment. Giga bruh. Ultra bruh. Look at this fucking bruh. I would have to sell a rare. I'll do it. God damn you. Okay, you know what? Purple Flurp. It's all for the Purple Flurp. But we gain no items in that shop, only like stats, which I suppose is good enough, but certainly good enough for now. The game is not cooperating. At least we saw the 2 new items. That's good enough, honestly. That's a success. But still, man, I want to break the game. And also, where's my Amulet of Duality? Hello, game, please. I could use that. I'm on a run where it would make sense. That's going to be a lot of my runs, by the way. Like, Bacanudo knew what he was doing when he made the Amulet of Duality the Haxa item, because I'm going to be using it a lot. That guy is going to be probably my #1. Get down there. Alright, it's Leona time. And I have 2 skulls that make me nervous about Leona. I could maybe stand to replace the Omen here. I shouldn't say 2 skulls. Mainly, I'm worried about Gargoyle in this fight. He's going to be my salvation and also maybe my downfall. The thing you have to understand about the Gargoyle is he slides around a lot, and that makes him vulnerable, very badly vulnerable even, to a lot of attacks the Leona sisters will output. I'd really like to keep my reassembly here, so work with me, Gargoyle. You can do it. I believe in you and myself, but I can only do so much. It's ultimately up to the skull. That was stupid of me. Boom! Okay, that was stupid of me as well. Hup! Give him space. Him with that, him with this. A little bit of that, a little bit of this. Bada bing, bada boom. That's 1 dead. Okay, she's like perfectly alive. Why am I saying she's dead? Although this does give me an opportunity to do things the right way, which is probably a good thing. I'm just trying to look on the bright side here. Kill the Leona sisters 1 by 1 and lower the HP of the sister who isn't going to be my opponent #2, which means I'm probably not going to go super hard attacking her here. I'm going to let her live for a bit. Got to be careful about Pikeman Dash hurting her as I try and jump away. Remember, I have the 3rd jump, which is definitely has some utility here. I hope the long hair sister comes down. Okay, good. That's what we like to see. I don't know if I'll do enough damage to her in this segment, though, is the thing I'm kind of thinking about here. Like, I don't know if our run's strong enough to, like, put her into death territory. Oh, no, we are. Okay, all right, good. Pretty much perfect. Now I want to hurt the short hair sister. And I kind of did. I mean, she's going to start with less HP, which is good. I wanted to get her much lower than that. I'm going to save my Succubus here for a rainy day. Oh my god, she's doing the 3rd one. Okay, here's where Succubus comes into play, I think. Sure, why not? it's going to do a lot of damage, which gets me out of the fight quicker, which can also save your HP. Because of the Omen, I took damage on that swap there. It's probably like my aggro playstyle that gets me fucked when I'm using Omens, is like I swap to avoid damage with the swap shield. And Omens kind of make that a lot worse. So, it's like very much my kryptonite. Alright, the Rapier would be nice. I see no Rapier. There is this, and I am swapping enough to justify taking this, and I do have reason to want crit. Just the issue is, where do I fit it? Here's a Soar item, which is interesting. It's actually pretty good. I could get rid of... What's my... I'm at 107. I gotta get to 500. Could also be a time to get rid of... actually, it's not really a time to get... I could get rid of this if I don't think I'm getting Fulgurant on, which I'm getting into that territory where it's about time I give up on the Copium. Excuse me. I do want Soar. But I also want this. But also, it has to go. It was a nice dream. It was a nice thought, but this is not the run for it. It's like, at some point, I have to decide the right thing, and that's the right thing. So, let's see. Go-getter, go-getter, go-getter. That's enough for me. It's go-getter time. And also, I've been doing a thing lately. I take less resistance in Act 3. It's an extra safeguard against my reassembly. And it's nice to have it. It's a thing I didn't do for a very long time. Which, by the way, now you can see I have the wings, which means I have Soar. Which means my crit rate is better in the air. Which is actually quite nice for my thief armor. And I'm in the pit of shame. You love to see it. I'd better respect this Act 3 more. Alright, you're not getting to fire any missiles, sir. I'm the missile police, and it's not happening. Alright, Frieza. What up, homie? Now I put wounds on your ass, okay? Maybe this calls for Blood Drunk Sword, actually. It's applying more wounds than I thought it would. That's kind of silly, honestly. I didn't take that for bleed. I took it for Soar and damage. And here it is, letting me apply wounds. I hate... I hate quarantine. Stay away from me. Oh my god, I'm dying. Like, this is about the time where I should reasonably get rid of the Omen. If I were a reasonable man, I would not be at 1 HP. But I do have last resistance for a reason. And I am stubborn as a mule. So I'm going to keep going. Throw your fucking Fortnite, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh. Okay, I was about to say, maybe we get what we're looking for here. Might be time to ditch that and just take this instead. That's pretty fucking stupid of me, but we are using our basics to much higher effectiveness than we are in that. I'm still kicking with my last resistance. He is dead. Well, here's a good chance to show off the power of the bone wings. Just like, normally I would kind of be stuck there. I wasn't that time, though. What is happening? That, I don't even, like, it's just madness was happening down here. Absolute insanity. I don't want to use you. Actually, no, I do want to use you. I'll use you. Actually, no, I don't, actually. Fuck, we got rid of the Demon on Icon, so I really don't have a reason to want to swap my abilities now. I'll just take this and be happy with what I got. We're a basic attacker Skull. We're not using our abilities that much. Now I'll buy the food, because goddamn, I need food. Okay. We're alive. We kept our last resistance. I'll also take the purple flirt. Alright, this run's starting to get somewhere. It's been a little slow going, but that's fine. It happens. Skul the Hero Slayer does not always give you everything you could ever want immediately. But you know what? It's giving me stuff sometimes. Hey, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Is there a missile coming? There's not. We actually got him before he cast it. That's pretty lucky. Nice. I love when that happens. Still missing the item. I'm looking for Ginny's Chain Sickle, guys. And we don't. We haven't seen it. What the hell? Game? Hello? Earth to game? Can I have my Ginny's Chain Sickle, please? It's not like a super rare item or anything. Like, it's a very reasonable thing to ask for. Okay, we're gonna let out Plebby and actually give him some money, because this is around the time where it still makes sense to do it. Or whatever the fuck his name is, Lil Gust. We don't want that. Good item in a vacuum. Just not useful to me. But that item's good. Just not for this run. It's not what we're looking for. There's a Frieza up there. I gotta be perfectly aware. He wasn't awoken yet, I don't think. I'm shocked. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was dying. I wasn't even looking at my HP. Well, that's Act 3 for you in a nutshell, honestly. Most normal Act 3 experience. We may even lose reassembly. That's what I get for bringing omens. I think, as long as I can keep reassembly, I'm not worried about this run even slightly. If I lose reassembly, which it's... The odds of losing reassembly are pretty high, actually. That would be bad, but... If I can keep last resistance as well, which I'm kind of... You can see, I'm sure you can hear it in my language. I'm assuming I'm not keeping last resistance. But the good thing about taking early last resistance is it allows me to take last resistance again after I lose it, so... Which, is that an oversight from the devs, or is that intended? Like, I genuinely don't know. I use it, but it could just as easily be intended. It could just as easily be an oversight. Okay, so there's one of those bozos down here. Two of those bozos, even. It appears I've made it to the adventurers with my last resistance in tow. I think that gives me pretty high odds at keeping last resistance. Or, I mean, reassembly. Last resistance is mostly gone, especially because the thief's here. And also the mage. Really, honestly, probably the worst set of adventures I could get in terms of offensive ability. Very, very scary fight ahead of me. I suppose, perhaps the archer would have been worse. There it goes. I'm pretty confident here about keeping my my reassembly though. Oh, he almost ulted. I saw my life flash before my eyes. All right, that's I'll take it, man. That's acceptable. I'd say, as I'm still fighting and haven't kept my reassembly at all. Alright, there. That's acceptable. Just give me some HP. Come on, you bastards. God, they gave me... Okay, never mind. Pfft, all I had to do was complain. It's that simple, folks. Now, I could get rid of this, because it's looking less and less likely like Fulgent Dawn's happening. We don't have arms anymore. My damage is overall really low. I do think I do this. There's other ways to get mixed damage going besides Fulgent Dawn, especially in the mod. Still don't have enough bone shards to upgrade my Gargoyle, which is whack. That's whack. Okay. Disaster, disgusting. I'm avoiding that at all costs. Still haven't found a quintessence that truly speaks to me yet, with being used with the Claw of Raptor. Hopefully that changes soon. I'll take an item or a money room here. There we go. Oh, I thought I killed all of them. Boop! 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 Boop. Okay, I thought it would be 3 boops. I did add an extra little awkward boop in there. It was like, boop. Real quick, real quiet. Okay, good. Hup! Ah, Jesus Christ, I'm getting shredded. Gotta remember the 3rd jump. We've also, as I haven't pointed it out yet, but we've hot rolled our doors, which is both a blessing and a curse. Okay, pretty nasty fucking room here. Holy mother of God. And it isn't even over yet. We have a quarantine Darkly over here to deal with a shit ton of enemies below him. All right. That'll do for a segment in Skul the Hero Slayer. Fine by me. I gotta buy food, but that's fine. And also, I said I'd take it if I saw it, and nothing's changed. I'm taking it. It just oh, there it is. That actually changes things a little bit, though. Maybe I get... No, I want to keep the Claw of Raptor for the sake of the video. But I think under normal circumstances, I'd get rid of that now. Because I need a reason to want crit rate, basically. Crit rate on its own is not a means to an end. Thief armor is justifying the crit rate right now. I could get rid of this, but I actually quite like it. Could get rid of this, but I actually can't. This is here forever too, just for the sake of the video. Guess we say goodbye to the Omen. I mean, Jenny's Chain Sickle kind of functions similar to this Omen anyway, so that'll be fine. Also, here's a justification for the power of the Claw of Raptor, or Claws of Raptor, I should say, the Wraith. Although, what's its cooldown? Cooldown 44 versus 42. How on earth is that? I'm going to stick with Succubus. Like, the utility of, like, defensiveness that the Succubus gives me is very, very, very nice. But now we actually have, like, the build I wanted here. We have the Jenny's Chain Sickle, which is, like I said, quite similar in functionality to the Omen, so I don't feel too bad about getting rid of the Omen. In fact, it's probably better than the Omen. And honestly, I could maybe go Soar 4 from here, even. I'm already at, how many wounds? 3? And that's not as good as I expected it to be, but it's not horrible. Really, if I wanted to min-max, and I probably should be, especially against something like this, where I'm not in any hurry to kill him. You son of a fucking bitch. You absolute monster. Alright, we're at 6. Let's min-max a little bit with my Jenny's, or my bleed, and get this, this Sword Awoken. I should be very cautious about doing this against the Chimera, though. That's death. And I want to live. Here's a good example of how to use this. Easy skip. I don't even need anything. And I could have done it anyway. You know, if I just had the... Oh, ow. Just trying to see if I can apply wounds to these guys. I think I applied 1 wound or something. I was trying to apply more. You kind of got to be quick with it when fighting them, but, you know, I don't know, I was just seeing what I could get away with, I guess. There's a wound. This is only play armor, so I can take as long as I want here. How did that not? Okay, I guess I was hitting him with the Genie's Chain. There we go. Sir? Thank you. The wounds, the wound cooldown is insane. There we go. Somehow this has also become excessive bleeding. Like, this was not my plan, but I'm fine with that, I suppose. I don't think I could get away with... Yeah, he got poisoned by the food we bought, which is unfortunate. If I wanted to build in the heritage, I could too. I don't have room for it, though. Alright, wound. Bleed. It's gonna be like this for a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. But I definitely want to awaken this blood-drunk sword. Yeah, there's a lot of wounds over here. There we go. 18. I could probably jump all the way up this. Well, not. Jump up to safety without having to go through the usual bullshit, I suppose, which is nice. Get over here so I can apply a wound to all of you guys, maybe? I did, and I fucked it up. Oh, well. Chimera is going to be a wound machine, so I'm just going to focus on that. We're already at 19, which is nice. We only need to get to 50. Compare this to, like, Demonomicon, man. It's so fucking insane. Why'd they do that to Demonomicon? 500. Excuse me. Okay, we're actually applying a lot. I think maybe she's multiple hitboxes that you can hit at the same time, and that's why I'm able to apply so many wounds to her at the same time. Like, I'm applying wounds and proccing bleed, like, instantaneously almost. Yeah, we're at 24, so I'm just gonna play this fairly normally. I shouldn't really bother with the min-maxing on, like, the little guys here. That's, like, certain death if I'm not careful enough. I have to respect the Chimera. I never noticed it, but she actually is multiple hitboxes. Like, that's what's happening here. That's why I'm able to apply and proc wounds so quickly to her. It's very interesting. She's a very interesting boss. We're at 41. I don't think we're finishing this here, but we're going to be goddamn close. Yep, 44. Okay, thank you, Chimera, for your contribution. Now I don't have to tiptoe around fucking executioners and shit. We don't have a power skull, so that's not super useful. This would be useful if we had a better quintessence for it. This, on the other hand, is probably quite nice, though our crit rate's pretty good. Yeah, 45 is like kind of my baseline. None of this here is super appealing to me. It's like, if I do pick this up, what do I get rid of for it? I'm sure some of you guys have opinions at home, but in my opinion, everything I have here is good. Good enough. So I'll break it even for symbolism. And maybe to make some of my audience members scream at the peak of their lungs. Like, Hax! And we're about to have 20 extra crit rate, too. It's, like, kind of nuts. Like, we don't need it. We don't need it. And now we upgrade our Gargoyle. And our Pikeman stays where he's at. So now we can start scaling our attack speed. Though I have to be careful about how much I put in this. You can go over a threshold of attack speed to where you start losing attack speed on certain skulls. Rare Pikeman's one of them. It's like if a skull has a very quick attack like this, if you give them too much attack speed, they will start going over like the limit at which the game can handle, and then they'll start dropping frames, basically. Like they'll lose some of their attack frames. We don't like that here at the Haxa channel. 45, 46, we're almost there. Just respect executioners all the time, basically. If I have one piece of advice from like my almost, if not over 1,000 hours in the Dark Mirror at this point, never underestimate the power of these fuckers to ruin your day. And now we have our woken up Blood Drunk Sword. It's gonna get wild from here. Now I have no restrictions. I can just go buck wild, and I plan to do that. I'll take an item room. There's still things I'd like to see here. Oh, by the way, I haven't even gotten to show off Jenny's Chain Sickle and how powerful it is with the bone, wing bone gargoyle. Look how slowly we float to the ground. Like, it's so fucking slow. It gives you so much time to pull off shenanigans in the air. It's genuinely very, very good. Like, Bach wanted to very much make sure that the gargoyle gets something out of this shit. Whereas, like, other ways the devs have, like, designed the gargoyle, like, think of, like, the curse, the one that gives you an extra jump. The devs literally put, "except gargoyle," in the text of that, when they could have given him something from it, which is what Bacanudo wanted to do. Like, we wanted to make the gargoyle not be left out of everyone else's fun. Because he's such a weirdly designed skull. He's not like anything else in the game. There's the Talaria, Mercury of Terraria, or Talaria of Mercury, excuse me. 3 wrong times in a row. Very good item. You would think I'd take it now, but we're actually not building around dashes, even though we're playing the pikeman. I've already used the Talaria of Mercury in a video. That's one of our custom items. You can go back and watch that if you want to see the Talaria of Mercury in action. It just doesn't behoove me to take it here, so I won't. But like I said, very nice item. Another item that didn't benefit the gargoyle until very recently. Like, I think, actually, of the day I'm recording this video, Bacanudo went back and added in the Talaria of Mercury interactions with the boots. Very nice stuff. Also, I'm at Chase 3, right? Oh, I'm at Soar 3. Also at Misfortune 3, but I don't think I'm going to be losing Misfortune 3. Thank you for showing up, Lich. I appreciate you. But I'm not bringing you. Okay, we can fix this. Soar 4, which I think amplifies inner attacks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're cruising. That's what I like to see. Wisdom, I think I'll keep. We'll see. Oh, I'll definitely take the bone shards here. Oh, never mind. Well. Okay. Oh, maybe? Oh, what? I guess the game really didn't want me to trade today. I guess I can't complain, though. It's like, come on, man. Like, really? Okay. Sure. There's another legend. That's my second legendary I've gotten ever from the flasks. I think the first one was also a gambler, and I have a video of me getting that and my reaction to getting that on my channel somewhere. Because I remember up to that point, had not seen a legendary skull come out of a flask. But you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'll take that luck. Streamer luck. You guys will never experience it unless you make YouTube videos or stream Skul the Hero Slayer. It's real. It's my conspiracy theory. I've talked about this many a time. The devs, in fact, seed my RNG as I traverse the landscapes of Skul. Because they want people to see my crazy fucking RNG, and they're like, I could do that too. Oh my god, I'm going to buy Skul the Hero Slayer today. I'm buying 2 copies. And then they never get to experience it. It's an evil thing that the devs do to you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to witness my streamer luck through me. But you can also live vicariously through me. I give you permission. Sadly, I think it's too late for this. I wish it wasn't. I suppose it doesn't have to be. You can awaken Evil Sword from here. You just have to get lucky. We may have it for the Dark Hero. Like, I would get rid of this, I think, for it. I mean, that is 70 damage percent. The more I look at it, the more I'm just like, we would have had to have gotten, like, a couple of rooms on the way to the adventurers, and this is not one of the rooms. And we may have, like, been able to awaken it as we literally climb up to the hero. And there are a couple of very interesting farming areas in Act 4 that are, like, very unique, and you can't do it, like, you can't, like, have a true infinite farm anywhere else in the game. Well, okay, that's not true, but, like, there's not a lot of infinite farming potential in Skul the Hero Slayer these days. That's one of them. And I could stand there for, like, 3 hours farming, or I could just be on my way and have, like, a nice, cohesive run. Which now, by the way, this run has turned exactly into what I wanted it to, so. We are cruising. We are having fun. All right, sir. Like, these days, I should call him my nemesis. It really doesn't get much worse than this fucker. Like, it really... Can anyone tell... Like, does anyone even... Like, I remember people used to be like, Hax, how could you possibly say that the Act 4 adventurers are harder than the Dark Hero anymore? Do people still feel that way? Maybe if you're brand new. But I think if you're like me and you like fall in love with this game and you play it all the time, eventually you just have to come to the conclusion that this guy in particular is certainly harder than the hero. But a lot of these fucking Act 4 adventurers are harder than the hero. The hero weeps in his like he feels inadequate and he just thinks about it all the fucking time when he imagines this guy. And also the archer. He's like, the huntress and the thief outclass me in every way, even when I turn into a dark quartz monster. I cannot compete. I am the hero. That's what he says, word for word. God, stop shredding my HP. Like, I'm going to respect this all the way to the bitter end. There we go. Like, being extremely, extremely respectful of that fight is... There we go. Actually, now this goes. Now this goes... Okay, well, this run just went from crazy to ridiculous. Like, and look at my damage percent. It's not good. I don't have good damage percent. It doesn't matter. Like, let's see. I think I'm going to stop there. We'll go the rest here. You gotta be very careful about going too far into attack speed and skill cooldown when you're playing rare pikemen. Now we're gonna have a little extra damage percent on top of this, which is very nice. Like, this is going to be a very interesting portion of the game, because shit's kind of gotten out of control. Where's the slime? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, slime. Where are you, sir? I'll let you out and... Actually, no, I'm not going to let you out. Not yet. You have to earn your stripes, madam. Madam Halfling. I really should be using this Gargoyle more. He's very, very powerful. Like, I mean, look at this shit. Yeah, I'm thinking this is really good. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna win. And we've also managed to hold on to reassembly, which I'm very happy about. Like, there was a portion in the run where I thought we couldn't possibly hold on to it. And here we are, and we still got it. I am so proud of this community. No. Okay, you're a tornado, so you have to go, like, now. Okay, we've already entered the negative threshold of attack speed, actually. Which is not good. Once you're in it, there's no way out. So... Well, okay, there is a way out, but it's, like, extremely niche. I need to get, like, a specific food item that lowers my attack speed. And even then, I don't think I can take it to the hero, so... Please, please don't be a skull. I don't know what I would do if this was a skull room and I got a dupe. I'd rather not even think about the dupe. Because, like, it would be really, really rough to ditch these two. They're, like, built for this. Once again, no. We don't need it. It would give me 100% crit rate. I don't care. The game's really tempting. My audience is screaming at me. I know they are. Like, how could you ignore the Thieves Blackstone? It's just, like, a matter of what item I would take here. You might be saying get rid of the Bone of Mana, which I suppose I can see the point, but also at the same time, my Gargoyle is kind of... all of his stats are basically riding on that Wisdom too, which is on the Bone of Mana and also on my pedestal. And 100% crit rate versus 65% crit rate, sure, there's a decent difference there, but it's not so enormous of a difference that it matters that much. And there's really nothing else I would get rid of here. Sadly, still haven't seen the quintessence I'm looking for. Not that Succubus is a bad user of the Claws of Raptor. It's quite the good user of it, but this is interesting, but this is also kind of interesting, but none of it really makes me want to ditch what I currently have. Like, I'm very happy with this. One more refresh. The third Demonomicon I've seen. It really wants to join me, but too slow, honestly. Yeah, I'm very sad that I entered the negative threshold of attack speed on my guy there. But honestly, it just gives me more time to show off the Gargoyle, which is really what I wanted to show off this episode. Like, is this the kind of Gargoyle that you guys build? Like, I'm just trying to reach out to my non-usual video watchers right now. Did you guys even know this was a thing that you could do with this character? Like, everyone hates the Gargoyle. It's, like, probably universally the least liked skull in the game. I don't say invalid reasons. There's a lot to dislike about the Gargoyle, but, like, I bet you guys who don't like the Gargoyle didn't know you could do this. Which is a lot more consistent. Very, very powerful. I don't know, man. I like showing people these niche, weird builds that I don't even know if the devs anticipated people building, that are just, like, really nice. You don't need the wing or the bone wing to do this, but you having it makes it much more consistent and much easier to pull it off. Give you the... Oh, I almost fell right down into the... Well, there I go. There she blows. You're not No! Okay, I don't think I actually took damage, but that's embarrassing. But honestly, Haxa moment, that's a certified Haxa moment. All right, it's looking pretty good. I think we're probably at the Joan door, I would imagine. We are not. All right, my run continues marching on. This has to be the last room. And what a doozy of a room. We even have the Dark Elite, which makes this even worse. Like, this otherwise, like, really nightmarish room. Now it's even worse because of a Dark Elite who didn't need to be here, but is here for reasons. Just cuz. Alright. That ought to make this much easier. Wait for him to attack again, and then I'll go do the next. This is like the patented Haxa strategy that I came up with to make this room much easier. You you stand in the middle of the room, wait for him to attack, and then you go kill one of these. One of the worst things about this room is him attacking you while you're trying to deal with the things that are making him invincible. So, just a little nice pro strat there for you if you were struggling with this room, and it will completely make your room easier. Oh look, it's the Beak of Raptor. The companion piece to our Claws of Raptor. If I was on a strike run, I would definitely take it. Okay, Joan time. Joan is probably going to be pretty simple. I'm not scared of her. She's going to be just fine. There we go. All right, Joan, how you doing? You scowling as usual. Have you ever smiled, Joan? Like, does Joan smile? I can't remember. I'm always too focused on killing her and, like, not getting my ass kicked to really look at her face too often. You're not getting me. Oh, and another thing that is a thing with the Gargoyle is you're able to stay in the air much, much easier with this, thing. So you can keep the boost that you get for staying in the air, which is quite nice. If I had 2 stack abilities, which is how I did this last time I played this Skull, I didn't have Petrify. If I had 2 stack skills, I would be able to pretty much stay in the air forever. As long as you keep using your basic. Hi, Joan. God, I hate that I entered the negative threshold of attack speed. Maybe I'm fine if I just click as quick as possible, but it's like your finger gets tired very quickly. But it's like I can just get the results like this on Gargoyle without having to do that. I think I'm out of the way. And she is out of here. Easy as that. And now I move on, feeling pretty confident about this hero fight. I have 3 lives, so... There's the Talaria Mercury again. Showing up just to be like, hi, I'm a custom item and Bacanudo and Haxa made me. What's up? But however, you're not coming on my journey. Not today. Pass on all that. I'm happy with what I got. Max skill this. Definitely not going to touch this shrine anymore, so any remaining bone shards go here into the HP shrine. Which is actually fine. I normally don't build this shrine up too often, but it's nice to have a little bit of max HP. I wish I would have put maybe 1 or 2 less into the attack speed shrine. There we go. Do a little bit of cheese there. Absolute Zero clone stamp. Not interested. I'm not interested in the old totem either. We didn't really see any super powerful damage quints. I may have missed them actually. You guys can yell at me in the comments if I missed a super powerful damage quint. My brain kind of autopilot focuses on certain quints, so it's possible I missed one. Here's my kit. I have 4 purple flurps. I'm going to be swapping like a madman. This is powerful. A lot more powerful than it seems on the surface. Very happy I got to... Like, this is a nice showing for the Bone Wing. Coming to a store near you. Though it might be out of stock when you get there. Who knows? That's a joke, by the way. You're going to be able to use the Bone Wing, too. Very nice. Interesting item that took me and Bach a long time. Mostly Bach. I just provide input. When I do the sprites, he does the coding, and also does the sprites sometimes. And I provide, like, you know, balanced input. And we almost removed this item because we couldn't figure out quite how to get the Bone Wing to not break with the Gargoyle. And then Bacanudo came up with just kind of specifically coding special things for the Gargoyle with it. So shout out to Bacanudo, as always, for being an enormous talent in the Skull community. Probably the greatest thing that ever happened to the Skull community. Not even probably. I've said this a number of times. Bacanudo is the best thing that ever happened to the Skul the Hero Slayer community. So everyone deserves to, or should, go give him your support, because he's great. And he's just a cool dude too, so. Okay, let me focus on this fight though. Okay, this is going well. Hup! Okay. I was too focused on the orbs there. Okay, I'm getting a little rusty here. Gotta actually be careful. Okay, he should be going into his ultimate move, I guess after this. Like, he certainly, almost certainly is going in. Yeah, okay, there he goes. Get fucked. Okay, not bad. So far, acceptable phase 1. It was going very well until it wasn't, but it's not going exactly bad now, I would say. Okay, I can't say I like that. I hate that. Being chased by those orbs, disgusting. So that took a while. I think that's a bad sign for my damage, but maybe not. I started taking it a little more carefully there. I'm a lot, this is going to be a weird thing to say, but I'm very confident against my Dark Hero. Less so about the first stage hero, and I'm not even just trying to be a contrarian. That's how I feel. Like, I can read this guy like a book. I know what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. He's a very predictable fight, believe it or not. And really, so is phase 1 hero. But, I don't know, man. Sometimes he just fucks me up. As you can see here, I'm doing a pretty good job dealing damage to this fool. There we go. Don't like this debuff I put on him. You think you're hot? Shit, sir. I'm clicking like a madman right now. Gotta be ready for the siphon. Maybe should have saved my succubus for that. He's going to siphon here, so I can just stay away from him. That's a lot of lost time to be doing damage to him. I hate when that happens. Okay, I didn't think I'd get hit there. Okay. Yeah, he's still going, and I kind of assumed he would be. My damage is a little on the slow side. Okay, the slowness there fucked me up a bit. Okay, but honestly, him being slow here actually helped me. Like, this phase 3 is going to go very quickly. And also, I can show off the bone wings here, in particular. This move is like the thing Bacanudo kept talking about for the extra jump. And I even fucked it up there. But if your timing is better than mine, it makes it free. Even though it's already free if you know what you're doing. But yo, maybe for struggling players, it will help quite a bit. No scrap for you, sir. I'm keeping this last resistance. It's mine. You can't have it. GG's. I wanted to kill him there before he siphons. Come on, come on. Let's take it. We gotta pose with the meatball. Say cheese. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, what the fuck? That looked weird. Oh, what? Oh my god, that's like such weird timing. Why is he purple like that? I'm like the same color as the meatball. Why is this such a good windscreen for no reason? Like, all I did was swap to the gargoyle. Like, I don't even know why he's purple at all. What a what a run, GG's. Yeah, man. Hopefully you guys liked showcasing these couple of items. We got the bone wing here and the raptor's claws here. Both very nice. Both do pretty nice, decent things. You know, like they're small effects, but they add up to do big things. Like the gravity decrease on this is probably the most interesting thing about the bone wing. And the claw of raptor is just a very straightforward item. Like it's kind of doing two things at once. Quint enhancement and also misfortune and it increases your crit damage by like 10 or 15%, I think. I can't remember the exact number. I didn't even talk about that actually, but it's also increasing your crit damage. But the real things about this, the reason I personally take the raptor claws are the quint amplification and also the misfortune inscription. Those are the reasons I personally take it. The crit damage is just a bonus to me. And, you know, Bone Wing, like I said, doing pretty interesting, cool things. Like, shockingly, has an enormous impact on a run. Like, you wouldn't expect one extra jump and lower gravity to have a profound impact, but it does. And also, it's kind of like a bit of the nostalgia of Moonghoul, which is a glitch that I was doing for like a little bit. Didn't really get to play around with it too much before the devs removed it, but it's like a return to form for Moonghoul. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that in action. Very happy with this item, especially happy that we were able to even include it at all, because there was a lot of talks about removing it. So we got it, and hopefully you guys have fun with it the way I have had fun with it. Try it with Gargoyle. It may change how you feel about the Gargoyle. And if you really don't like the Gargoyle, you should try the build I just did. It's very consistent. It's like something that turns this otherwise hard to use skull into an actual decent skull. You know, like, he's consistent. You know, he's doing normal stuff rather than the things that Gargoyle is known for. So overall, what I can say about this run is it was definitely sketchy entering Act 3, and we almost lost Last Resistance and Reassembly. We did lose Last Resistance, but managed to hold on to Reassembly, which is really what I cared the most about. So honestly, just a powerful showing. Sadly, crossing the threshold of attack speed I'm always talking about, that's like rough. You want to have a certain amount of attack speed with a skull like the in-air Pikeman rare build, which is like a very nice and kind of like hidden build in Skul the Hero Slayer that not every player is going to know about. Hopefully this taught you a little bit about it, and maybe you'll try it yourself. I think that's all I got to say, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing more items, and it's not going to be too much longer before we release this fully. Like, it's almost completed. We've spent the last 2 weeks working on this, and we're kind of nearing the end here. Like, we've gotten most of the complicated sprites out of the way, like all of the really tough stuff. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoy it. We're very proud to show this off, and it's not the only thing we're ever going to do. At least I've talked plenty with Bacanudo about a set 2, and he seems on board, although we're definitely going to take a break after this because we've been working a lot lately. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so, and you know, I can't, maybe I'm getting a little too, you know, I don't know, not emotional, but I guess I'm, you know, being honest about how I feel. I'm proud of Bacanudo for coming as far as he has, and I hope he hears this, because he was telling me about wanting to do custom items like a year and not a year, like maybe back in like September. Like, he started talking about it, and at the time he had help from another coder in the community who has since left the community. The person who made the vampire mod was initially going to be helping him with this, and had to go, you know, do real life stuff, which is understandable. So I thought that this was never going to happen, and Bacanudo has made it happen on his own. And he's also, since we started doing this, done a lot. Like, he's come a long way, even in the process of creating this mod. So hopefully that didn't pop up on my screen. For some reason, this computer at the same time every day has a quirk where it opens up my documents. I don't know why. It's probably something I've done accidentally. Anyways, enough about that. Shouts to Bacanudo. You guys should all go check out his YouTube channel because he's also a YouTuber. Just want to point that out. Check him out. Watch his stuff. He's done plenty of teasers of the items he's made as he's gone. So you'll see stuff you haven't even seen me play with over on his channel if you go check that out. So that's all I got, man. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.